Okay, like I've said in all the previous videos in our reviews for English, I want to make sure that you have your book open. Right now we're on page 149. We're going over Think A problems 1 through 13. First of all, we need to underline the action verb 2 times. Then we need to underline the subject 1 time. And then we need to we need to ask what or whom after the subject and verb, and then circle the direct object. So I'm going to go through each sentence and I'm going to give some information as I go along. So first of all, let's look for our action verb. Our action verb here is have found. Have found is our action verb. I is our subject. So I have found whom or what. So the noun that answers that question is coins. I have found what? Coins. I have found coins. Okay? The is an article, loss is describing, and so it's an adjective describing the noun. So let's continue on to the next one. Number 2, Joni read a book and several magazines for her report. Our action verb here is read. Our subject is Johnny, or Joni. I think it's Johnny. Okay? Johnny read what or whom? So Johnny read book, okay, and magazines. So here, this is an example of a compound direct object. All right, there's 2 of them because both of these nouns answer whom or what. Both of these nouns are not inside a prepositional phrase. You see here, for her report is a prepositional phrase. The report is the object of the preposition. We won't worry about that right now. But just so you notice, both of these nouns are not inside prepositional phrases. Next. Number 3, the cow had overturned the bucket of milk. Had overturned is our action verb. Okay, it's our verb phrase, which is an action verb. Cow is the subject of this sentence. So, cow had overturned what? Okay, so had overturned buckets. Not milk, because milk is inside a prepositional phrase, and a direct object cannot be inside a prepositional phrase. Remember that. Okay? In the class program, this whole thing is a prepositional phrase. In the class program, I is the subject, will play is the action verb. With all of these, we're dealing with action verbs, remember. If it were a linking verb, the noun that would follow it would be a predicate nominative. The noun or pronoun that would follow a linking verb would be a predicate nominative. But we are dealing with action verbs. So we are looking for the direct object. So I will play what? I will play parts. Not I will play Indian, because Indian is inside a prepositional phrase of an Indian. Okay? So I will play what? I will play parts. Next, number 5. The general addressed to soldiers in the open field. Addressed is the action verb, so we underline it twice. General is the subject. So, general addressed what or whom? He addressed soldiers. So, soldiers is our direct object. Soldiers is the noun that we have to have underlined. He didn't address the field, okay? Again, because that would be incorrect, because in the open field is a prepositional phrase. So you don't have to be setting off your prepositional phrases. I just want to show you that so that there is no confusion as to what the direct object is. All right, this morning we opened a new box of cereal. Opened is our action verb. We is the subject. So we open what? We open box. Okay? It can't be we open cereal, again, because of the prepositional phrase. Of is a preposition. Cereal is the object of the preposition. So cereal cannot be the direct object. We opened box. New is an adjective. A is an article as well. All right. Before the beginning of school, both of these are prepositional phrases, I bought a new backpack. So the subject of this sentence, the action verb is bought. The subject is I. So I bought what? I bought a backpack. So that is the direct object. Next, we saw some deer and a bear on the nature trail. Saw is the action verb. We is the subject. We saw what or whom? We saw what? We saw deer and bear. Okay? Both of these, again, this is a compound direct object. both of these are not inside a prepositional phrase, so both of these can be our direct object. On the nature trail is a prepositional phrase, so I've set that off. Next, Emma has won a prize for her painting. Has won is our action verb. Emma is our subject. So has won what or whom? In this case, it answers what. She's won a prize. For her painting is a prepositional phrase. So I've set that off to eliminate confusion. I hope I'm not confusing you with the prepositional phrases. I just want to show you that the noun inside this prepositional phrase cannot be the direct object because it is inside a prepositional phrase. It is blocked off, barred from being allowed to become a direct object. Poor painting. Anyway, number 10. Mr. Bailey drove his tractor into the barn after a hard day's work. Drove is the action verb. Our subject here is Mr. Bailey. So Mr. Bailey drove whom or what? In this case, it answers what? He drove tractor. Into is a preposition. So into the barn, that's the noun. And after is a preposition as well, after a hard day's work. So both of these are prepositional phrases. So neither barn nor work can be the direct object because both of these nouns are inside prepositional phrases. On to the next one. Only Christ's blood can save people from their sin. Can save is our action verb. Blood is our subject. So blood can save what? Blood can save what or whom? It can save people from their sins. From is a preposition. So I've set that off so that there's no confusion. It's not blood can save sins, it's blood can save people. People is the word that is receiving the action from the action verb, as direct objects do. My dad always watches the news before supper. Watches is the verb. Dad is the subject. So dad watches what? Does he watch supper? No, because that is inside a prepositional phrase. So dad watches what? Dad watches news. So you would circle news. All right, one more left. Kara does her homework in a quiet place away from televisions and radios. So what is our action verb? Is does. Our subject is Kara. And then Kara does what? Kara does place. No, because that's in a prepositional phrase. That's right, you caught it. So we can't choose that. So Kara does what? Kara does homework. Okay? Go ahead and make sure that you have all of this written down correctly. Make sure to answer all the questions on the quiz. And I'll see you guys next time. All right, goodbye.